Here we are, live again. That last little bit that I did crashed on me, so we're just gonna have to pick up where we left off. I went ahead and colored our arm, and I had to redraw some things, which was kind of lame, but could be worse, right? A lot of things could be worse. And yeah, we're just gonna go right on in it. I'm going to animate the water, but I'm going to animate the hand turning it off first. And I'm going to work in reverse. So right where the water stops, right there, I believe, is where we're going to start to animate the turning of the water off. So let's go ahead and grab our animation tool. We are going to use just the arm at the moment. I do know the hand needs to turn. It's one of the things, but if we do the motion of the arm, I just ended up putting a bone on it. We could work with it. So trip out. So as he turns it off, he's gonna swing his arm that way. I want to say he swings it open like that. I really like the look of this piece here, so I'm going to copy those. Just want to grab the nodes, so let's just grab the keyframes. Keyframes only. Okay, so from here, where does it stop? So right here is where it's about to stop. So we're gonna create a keyframe here. And then we're going to place our stop about right here. Now, when it moves, when we connect things, it should be fairly smooth. So let's see how that looks. And it's almost there. Pretty easy, right? The other piece is going to be the wrist, the motion of the wrist. So we got to get this hand. And from here, we got to start turning it as he turns his hand. So let's go ahead and create a keyframe here. I think it's lefty loosey, righty tighty. So he's loosening it, he's gonna tighten it. Oh, if that's the case, I think we're wrong on this angle. If anything, we want to move it out more. It's so nice to have bones. So I'm going to put the wrist about where it should be. And the animation work should just do the rest for me. So if we go here, and go here, put the wrist in a little bit more. And then if we go press 0, it should take us here. We can glide those two together and it should do what we need it to do. It's weird how like it goes far away. I'm not a fan of that. So let's fix that. This is gonna go here. Remove this here. And see if that's a little better. And then from here, I think what I'm going to do is like lift his hand up and then pull it out. Maybe swing it out. So we'll create a keyframe again. I think it's like F16 or F6. There is no F16. F6. Create our keyframe. We don't need to roll him through, but it'd be nice to roll him through. So from here, he's going to lift his hand up and then pull back. So from here, it's up. Here to here. It shouldn't be too crazy. So let me make sure that that kind of rolls in and plays very nice and smooth. It's a little too slow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move it closer. There we go, that's nice. So like it's a skip frame, and then from here we can move back. So let's F6 this guy, and then slowly move him out of the picture. I'm squishing everything because it needs to expand. So we're going from here to here. We have our animation where it needs to be. I'm going to make it slightly slower and then speed it up as I need to speed it up. So let's see how that works. Give you a better example of what's actually on screen. Alright, so let's play this. That'll do. That'll do for what we needed. I'm going to save that. I'm going to create a new space for the next scene, probably in a little bit. But from here, we know this is where the water is going to shut off from this point here. So I'm going to go to the water. I'm going to create a keyframe over the drawing, so that way I know. I could actually mark it too, if you want to be smart about it. You go here, insert marker, current frame. And that'll be our point from when the water stops, which is pretty nice. But in the meantime, we're going to create some flowing water. So this should be fairly fun. I have about where the drain should be in this outline. So once I get everything together, since I haven't received our backgrounds, if I don't get them in time, I'll just end up doing my own backgrounds. Part of the perks of being an animation producer, you know. You delve into this stuff, you get to mess around with it a little bit. But we are going to run this flowing water, which should be fairly easy because it's going to be a lot of duplicating frames and then just kind of messing around with things, so it's nothing too crazy. Alright, so let's go ahead. I got this drawing here I just kind of roughly did of a faucet pouring water down. It's a little at an angle. I don't like that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix it. We're just going to go grab our drawing tool as opposed to our deformation tool. Drop this on here. It's going to come straight down like that, and that's what we actually want. Now, I'm noticing that it's not grabbing everything on the bottom layer, so we're going to go to tool properties, select all. We want to be able to select everything, so this one takes everything in these little layers up here that's below and above it to select. So if you select all now your colors and your line work will move along with your water, your flowing water. Now this one's going to be fairly easy to create a loop because as it's pouring, it's going to be cycling the same kind of thing. So if we copy this one and make slight modifications, select all again. This one we actually don't want, we just want the line work, and then we'll just fill it in later. We don't want to select all of that. Just this drawing. So select all, go to an empty frame, drop it there, and then we'll go here and then slightly move our flow space. Now there's an easy and a hard way to do this. Since this is just I don't want to say cheap animation, it's going to be a non-essential animation in terms of quality. It's not quality perfect. Does doesn't have to be perfect, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So since it doesn't have to be perfect, we're going to give it a lot more forgiveness. I'm going to open this up a little bit more. So as it flows, it's going to be flowing like this, in and out, right? So we go in, out. But we're not just going to go in and out. We're going to create like an ease frame in between so it's a little bit smoother. And since we're on 12 frames, it's a little easier to do that because now that we have this one, all we have to do is set a frame that's kind of in between and or larger than this one. So if we're going straight forward with animation, we can use this to our advantage. Okay, so now we got this guy. Like I said, we're gonna create a frame between these two medium ones. So we're gonna create like a medium frame. I'm actually gonna move this guy too. Give it a little bit of difference, you know. That one will probably move here too. Okay, so now we got these three things. I'm gonna change the motion of the water on this guy too, so we can get a little bit of more of a flowing motion. Like I said, I'm trying to go like in between. I have the snap on, which doesn't give us a lot of movement because it wants to snap to the nearest thing. But these very subtle differences make a world of change in motion. So now, if we loop this, it should look like flowing water. It's gonna look very cheesy, but like I said, this is a low budget animation. We're just gonna duplicate this until we get to our stop point. So instead of just pasting the amount of times it should, let's overshoot about space cycle like 5. Yeah, I think like 5 would be good. Five is still not enough. We could paste the cycle again. And then our stop point's coming up, so if we go one more time, we should be able to just delete it about to where our stop line is. So this is where everything's going to change, and things will get smaller as the water begins to shut off. So from here, it needs to stop. It just needs to drip a little. So we're going to create a little bit of a drip. And from here, we're going to shrink the amount of water that's coming out. So I think this frame would be a good place to stop and repeat this water dripping. Okay. Like I said, we're not going to worry about coloring right now. We just want to do line art. Let's go ahead and grab our line art. I'm going to Control Save. I do notice that we're not on a texture, which is fine. It's just water. It's barely going to be like in here. So from here, we are going to should do this whole thing in a Kermit the Frog voice. So from here, we are going to create water falling into a small little area. We don't care about what's going out here. We're going to thin the amount of water. We're going to shrink the ripple. And I'm going to do this frame by frame, only because, like I said, we're going to color later, and then we can mess with the exposures a little bit later. So maybe I'll start down here. Just like that. Now from here too, I want to be able to create ripples outside that are starting to fade away. So I don't know if you've noticed water when it sinks down the sink, it kind of deteriorates. Into the sinking process. And then from here, it's just going to disappear. We'll have this little bit here, these ripples here. And then we'll create drops. So let me go ahead and shrink this. I just want to see the previous one. It's falling fairly fast, so when it falls, it's going to splash. And then we'll have another one slowly fall. Immediate splash. And then that should be it. So now, if we extend these exposures to 2 frames, it should give us what we are looking for in terms of stoppability. Because if you see, we got all these frames and they stop. But we are on 12 frames. So if we just play it through, it should just be fairly smooth. So let's check that out. It's perfect, just like that. Just like that. I kind of do want to create a reverse animation to put his hand on there. So let's go ahead and figure out where we're going to do that. But before I go that any further, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to color. So let's go here, tool properties. I'm going to go into forward like this, and we should be able to just color in all the frames like this. So if we drop the things on the color layer, we should just be able to color most of the frames like this, right? And then just kind of scrub through them with our onion skins off. And here we probably got to get the color in there. One in right here. Probably here. It's not important, but boom, got him. Okay, so those are all colored. I want to put one where the hand comes in. I'm not going to animate an open hand to a closed hand, just because it doesn't need to happen. If I wanted to put more effort and thought into it, maybe. We could definitely go in to our node view and turn our reference layer off for the outline and just have the background, which we need. So from here, we need to create, considering that it only takes about 4. It takes about like 4 to put the hand in there. So usually if you're drawing your hands, you're gonna pull in pretty quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a keyframe here. And then we'll count about 4 of them, create another one here. And then this is where it's actually going to stay. This one we're gonna move it away. It's going to go away this way. He's going to scrunch down. And it's going to go from scrunched down to working itself into place. It's going to do that. It makes this a lot easier. Let's check that out. That's a little slow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these guys, move them over right here. So that way you get the effect of him doing that. There we go. That's turning the thing off with the stuff in the background. This whole animation is based off of live events too. This stuff actually really happened. So if you're wondering where I got this from, I can't say who this involves, but when you see it, it's definitely based off of a real character in real life. And it's creepy, but I'm glad I got to experience that amount of weirdness because it just fills my life with color. He's washing his hands, there's a little reflection there. And I see his hand kind of creeping in the corner when we're starting this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move his hand a little further out. I have 2 scenes in one here, so there's more than 1 layer of animation on this thing. This position needs to be further out. Hide it a little bit more. And I'm definitely going to bring it in a little closer. And I'm going to make it a little faster because I like smoothness. There we go. It's got a little bit of realism into it. Yes, do not preview anything. I'm going to save that progress. That was a good 23 minutes of animation. If you like this kind of stuff and you want to learn it, I'd go onto my website, ludeconcepts.com. I'd go out there and, subscribe for some animation tutorials. Or you can keep following me, and then when I have something up right here, you'll be able to just, delve into what I'm actually making and learn off of what I'm doing in the current moment. But if you want one-on-one experience or practice or lessons, go to my website, ludeconcepts.com. I do mentoring and teaching for content creation, animation, and animation media production. So if that sounds like it's down your way, I also have like a ton of merch and whatnot. So go ahead and check out my website, ludeconcepts.com, and I'll see you guys next time because we got quite a bit of animation done for today. And you know what? One thing every content creator needs to do for themselves after completing the amount of animation they can before they exhaust themselves is reward themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and reward myself today because that's going to show good morale, and that's going to show me that, hey, I need to actually do something to give myself positive feedback to continue doing stuff like this. So again, happy birthday, Grayson. It's his birthday. Everyone say happy birthday to Grayson Lance. Happy birthday, Grayson Lance. And thank you for joining my stream. I don't know if, here, I'll play this again for you. Here. for a new animation I'm working on. I was mentioning earlier today that these are based off live events, but I don't have everything laid out. But we ended up getting this much done today. And there's a lot of fart and potty humor in it, so it's just a little creepy, but then it's at the same side, it's very fitting for the character that I'm basing it off of. There we go, and we got that much done today, which is totally fine. But happy birthday, Grayson. I'm going to get going now. Like I said, if you guys want more of this, feel free to subscribe. Go to my website, ludeconcepts.com. There's tons of content on there. I have a YouTube with a ton of content, and I'll catch you guys later. Until next time.